you talk to your spirit guides in your head? This is what I call the inner dialogue, and it's actually what we're working on to clear the programs that bring your mood down, that cause you to think you must suffer because others are suffering. In this healing, I would like to clear you. You are rising here, you are seeing through what is happening, and you are understanding that this is all part of the whole. Duality is exactly what you are supposed to be feeling. Welcome to 5D Channels and Chats with Rachel Chamness. As a shamanic channel and mentor, I'll be sharing wisdom and healing from higher dimensions through channeling beings of light. You will also hear liquid Reiki shamanic sound healing, channels between intuitives, and discussion on higher dimensional healing and channeling. You'll find links and more in the show notes, so be sure to check them. You can find me at soundwavesheal.com and my Facebook group, 5D Daily Spiritual Healers in Higher Dimensions. Hi everyone! How are you today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Rachel Chamness at Soundwaves Heal. I'm a shamanic channel and mentor. So everyone here, I love to have you here. It really helps me a lot. And I love to have your questions. And so here we are again with channeling Alpar-a-Be-am, my Blue Avian being. He calls himself the Kir, not Blue Avian, but we'll just say Blue Avian Kir, for an Ascension update. And this morning, I was like, wow, we're really doing this a lot, right? Because I did it recently. And in fact, I just put that out on my podcast. So this week's podcast was the last Ascension update with Alpar-a-Be-am. And here we are again. So this morning I was sort of thinking, do I really need this? Do we need a new Ascension update? And I could hear him talking in my head, and he was already telling me all kinds of things about, yes, that we do. So that's kind of cool. And so there is more to know, even though we just got one. We're kind of really in the thick of Ascension right now, right? So we've got a lot to know. Last time, I think maybe he talked about trust. This is the trusting period of Ascension, or maybe that was Archangel Ariel. But that's been what I've been getting a lot, that we really have to trust. Things might be hard right now. That's okay. That's because we need to trust that the universe is looking out for us. I think he might talk about that more, and he might talk about other things as well. So I'm going to bring him in, see what he has to say. I'm sure he'll give a healing, and I can also answer questions. If you have questions, I'm sure he'll answer them. I love questions, so don't be shy. So this morning, when he started telling me all these things, he just started talking and talking in my head. And I was like, wow, I guess we really do have more to discuss today. And I thought to myself, that's so good that I can talk to him in my head. And I was wondering, can you talk to your spirit guides in your head? This is what I call the inner dialogue. And it's actually what we're working on in my Tag Trance program. So my first level of trance channeling is what I call Tag Trance. It's where you're going to meet all your core guides. There's at least 6 of them we're going to meet and learn to channel them and learn how to channel in 6 different ways. And when we bring the master teacher forward, what we're working on is channeling in our head. So really this inner dialogue with our guides, it's really, really important. And I'm wondering, can you talk to your guides and get answers in your head? Because I think it's so valuable. You know, we want to channel so we can bring forth information for our clients or our friends or other people. But of course, it's also important to bring that information in for yourself. And the more that you do it, the easier it gets. And that's, of course, with all channeling and with all healing, the more you do it, the easier it gets. So I encourage you, if you're attuned to Reiki, if you know how to channel, if you're just starting out, then just keep practicing and you will see how much easier it gets. My courses, they're not quick, in and out. They're not like that at all. It took me a long time to learn all of the things that I teach in my courses. I have one big course that encompasses everything. And then I have the beginner's course, which also works for intermediate and advanced channels because it's trance channeling. It's a 6-month course because there's so much to learn. You might be trance channeling in the first class, but you've got to go through all the levels of what is happening personally for you that you'll need a mentor for 6 months. And then we go into the next course if you want to take it. That's my big course with everything. Took me, 7 or 8 years to learn all of those things because I teach everything that I know so that you can do it in your way. And so they're not quick courses. They take about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years before you're really truly like a master. And there's lots of help in getting you out there, getting past your fears, and all that stuff takes time. So if anybody's wanting to learn and you want to do it the right way in a methodology that's safe, that's how I teach it. Just letting you know, I do teach these things and I am starting class soon and in January as well. Okay, so let's bring in Alpar and see what he has to say about Ascension. What's happening in Ascension? And I can't wait to see what your questions are too. Thank you, Joelle. I'm glad you love my classes. I am Alpar-a-Be-am, and I am happy to make your acquaintance if this is the first time that you've seen me. I am a Blue Avian Kir being is what we call ourselves, for we are not all blue, and avian is not really our name. And so we use the name Kir, and you might hear other alliterations of that name channeled through other channels. We are not particular on the name, but we wish for you to have this word in the vernacular of your language, so we say it often. The Kir. We are a species of stork-like, is how you would describe us, beings, and that is how we normally appear to you in different ways. Of course, we are coming to you psychically and showing you ourselves in the best way for you. And so if you see different views of how we look from channels, that is correct. For we love to connect with channels, and we realize there aren't many channels connected to us, but we do love to connect. And I am here in what you might call a ship, what I would call a plane of existence, a plane that is right outside of your airfield of Earth in a little pocket. And so that is how we stay hidden. And it is quite a large place where we have many, many species of beings who are incarnate, alive in many different dimensions, up to 8th and 9th dimension, who are solely here to connect with you and to help you connect and bring forward information for yourself or for others. And that is how we work with helping you find a guide that you partner with to bring through information. And you see this often in your world now. And that is how I work with this channel and medium. Yes, I was here recently with an Ascension update, and I am here again. What is happening is that your Ascension track is now moving pretty fast, and you are feeling that. You are feeling the stretch of time, the collapse of time. You're feeling the changing of timelines, and you're seeing unusual phenomena. And this is because there is such a push and pull between the 3D timeline and the 5D timeline. These are two separate timelines. As you're working towards Ascension, you are on your 5D timeline, but you are still immersed in the 3D. You're not 5D, you're still 3D, 4D heart-centered, and you're still battling with duality and with the laws of hermetics and the laws of attraction that you came here to learn as part of your human life. And these are the laws that when you learn them, when you truly embody them, you are farther in your Ascension body, Ascension light path. Your body becomes filled with light, what we call the crystalline body. That is a body of light, and that is how you will get to the 5th dimension or the 5th density, when your planet also turns more into light and you become less dense of 3D energy. So that is a quick overview of where we're going, who we are. But what's happening right now is that it's happening fast. You can see the 3D timeline devolving around you. It can be very painful to experience, and that is exactly part of the training of it. Why are you on the 5D timeline able to see, feel, hear, and especially feel the 3D timeline? Because you are really tasked now with learning how to separate yourself from any habits of going down dark rabbit holes and depressing your emotions. What does this mean? When you see the 3D timeline, of course you are affected. You are heart-centered people. You have big hearts. You hate to see those who are suffering. Friends are suffering. Family is suffering. Perhaps even you have some suffering right now, and you see terrible things happening, and the world seems to have gone mad. And you understand, as you begin to see through the veil, that all politics are the same, that everything is a world stage made for you through particular media owned by the same systems that that govern your planet. And you're beginning to see through these veils and to understand that most of what's presented to you is false or narrated in a way to perhaps bring an emotional experience for you that is negative. And as you see through the veil here and you start to see this, you're starting to come into this ascension sight. You may call it 0 point energy. You may call it 5D viewpoint. Whatever you are calling it, it is begin to separate for you. You see the suffering and it is terrible. And as a healer, you may send all the healing to it, but also know that that is exactly what is supposed to happen, that everyone who signed up for all of this pain signed up for it to really experience it, because everyone is part of the whole. We are all in our non-incarnate bodies, a great soul, a great one who has taken parts of the soul to incarnate in different ways to learn. And there's so many beautiful, beautiful souls here on earth now who are experiencing what it is truly like to experience these hardships, to experience fear and doomsday and yes, war and death and pain. And they are going through it to enhance their soul greatly. They are very brave souls. And you are a very brave soul, for you are here also experiencing trauma, pain, and then like a phoenix rising from the ashes, you are going forward in your light. You are using that to excel, to grow, to empower yourself, to come to a higher frequency. And that is what makes you on the 5D timeline. And so without judgment, without depressing your emotions, without going down a dark rabbit hole of fear and pain, you may view this 3D timeline. Does this make sense to you? You view it, you say, this is terrible. And then you remind yourself, these souls have come to experience this, and send your love, but do not let that bring you down. This is a program of the 3D. This is a habit you may have of depressing yourself. If you have problems with depression, if you have problems with anxiety, or you do from the past in your life, it is a habit of bringing yourself down. It is a program that needs to be recalled and removed. I will bring a healing to remove this program from you today, but recognize it and know that this is where you are. You are rising here. You are seeing through what is happening, and you are understanding that this is all part of the whole. Duality is exactly what you are supposed to be feeling, and you are supposed to be feeling it so that you come out of duality. Duality is the fourth dimension. This is where you are. You're in the fourth dimension, which is duality. One side is fear, just horrors, and it's the 3D timeline, and one side is love. That is the 5D timeline, and you are bouncing back and forth, for you are not 5D yet. You're bouncing back and forth, and you're experiencing, and you're correcting yourself. You're catching yourself, correcting yourself. You're find maybe yourself, oh, I've gone down this road, and now I need a clearing, or I need to clear myself, or I need help. That is exactly what you're supposed to be learning. And yes, we ask you to enable yourself, empower yourself, to help yourself, and also to reach out to each other, to help each other. That's why we are all here, to help you help each other. That is why your airways are filled with beings who want to help. We are here, and we are coming in higher numbers to help you, because it is so important. And we love you, and we love Earth, and we love everything about it. It is not the Earth show. It is not a reality show where we laugh and laugh. No, we help. We say how brave you are, how incredible. Look at that. Look how she does that. Look how he does that. Look how he comes through. Now he's learned. We watched him do this over and over, but now he sees what he's doing, and he's changing. Yay. We are applauding you. We are loving you. We are connecting with you. Please connect with us. Learn how. We want to connect with you. We want to help you. And this is the most important lesson that you are in the thick of right now as you're listening to this, whenever you're listening to this, today, on replay, a year from now. This is what you need to know today. Woo! That was a lot. Okay, I'm going to bring his healing through for clearing programs. right? Clearing the program of I have to feel bad because other people are suffering. That is such a program. And oh my gosh, of course, because we're loving and we don't want people to really suffer. And it's hard to watch. It is. Thank you so much for these comments. Ashley says, we've been practicing this in our personal lives for years. It's just being applied on a grand scale. Observe, do not absorb. That's exactly right. We have been practicing and we're still practicing. Remember that when you mess up, you catch yourself. Like you said, you get a clearing, or you clear yourself, or you go do something to clear it, and you stand outside yourself for a moment and you say, oh, I've done it again because I'm human. And now I just got to get myself out of it somehow. Okay, if there's no questions, then I'll bring in the healing. Yes, here is a healing to clear the programs that bring your mood down, that cause you to think you must suffer because others are suffering. In this healing, I would like to clear you of any kind of guilt of survivor's guilt, or guilt for being better off, or guilt for not suffering. These are 3D programs, and also to help you come into 0 point energy, to help you observe but not absorb, as has been said today. Ayana karakara sira na soda yamana kaya ne ayala hey yamana rosto kusi yamana ayamana ye ayaro kode tiasi ayana ho ayana na kishari ayo kudiam ayaro rasu I hope that this helps you to navigate these waters of ascension where we are now. Please remember that you are surrounded with help, with guardian angels, with guides. You are surrounded with help, and all you need is to ask and to know that the universe is looking out for you. You are not alone. You are surrounded by those who would help. All you need to do is trust and learn how to control your negative thoughts, not by dismissing them, but by coming to the core of what it is that needs to be healed, to heal that, so that you may vibrate higher in every way. This is how you remove the density of the 3D from your body. This is what you call shadow work. Okay, he bows out. He wants me to remind you that I can help you with this. I have a free shadow work blog post. It is at soundwavesheal.com/shadow-work. And you can also find it if you have my free spirit guide channeling program. So I have a free channeling your spirit guides program. It's on my site. It's a free channeling course, how to channel your spirit guides. It includes some blog posts and videos, and it's a teaching of how to start talking to your spirit guides. So if you heard the beginning where I was talking about the inner dialogue with spirit guides, other ways that you can learn to connect with your spirit guides is through spirit signs. I have a blog post about that. Of course, it's all in this free course that they all go together. You can go from each video and blog post to the next one, next, till you go through it all. And it includes lots of meditations. Lots of them are for advanced light workers as well. So like everything I do, I like to mix things for beginners to advanced. There might be some things I say that you don't know yet, and it can be sometimes hard to find those answers. I know I put out a lot of free videos on my YouTube channel at Soundwaves Heal, and if you can't find it, then send me a message and maybe I can direct you. And also in my courses, it all comes together very easily so that you can just go from one module to the next and everything is covered. I'm always adding to my courses, so it might be harder to navigate when there's so much free content, but my courses are well laid out. I'm very organized. So thank you all so much for coming, and I hope that this helped. I'd love to hear share in the comments if you talk to your spirit guides in your head, first of all, if you're connected to your spirit guides, and also if this Ascension message meant something to you or helps you in some way or is a good reminder today. Well, it's a little bit more review, I think, than normal. You know, he usually talks more about other things that are happening, but I feel that he really covered where we're at in Ascension right now with trust in my latest podcast. And so you can find that in audio on all podcast stations. It's called 5D Channels and Chats with Rachel Chamness. So you can just look me up and it should come up, or on YouTube, you get the video. So I can't figure out how to put video in other places yet. I'm just but right now it's all audio, but video on YouTube. And I would just love it if you would subscribe and like. If you're on YouTube right now, to write in the comments section. I'd love to see your comments. I do go through them all. So thank you all so much. I hope that healing helped. I hope you enjoy listening to Alpar. I think he's a really great partner guide. I love to bring him forward. And if you would like to work with me, you want to learn how to trance channel, trance heal, light language, anything like that, I do teach lots of courses. So check out my website at soundwavesheal.com. Okay, thanks everybody. All right, bye. Thank you for listening today. Please follow this podcast, like, subscribe if you haven't already. We would love to have you in our Facebook group 5D Daily. And be sure to sign up for my free Channeling Spirit Guides program, which you can find under resources at soundwavesheal.com. I am Rachel Chamness, and it's my pleasure to help light workers expand their channeling to heal in higher dimensions.